Good morning, Mayhem Makers. Mindy with Quilting Mayhem, and it is reveal week. So we are at the end of our sew along, and you get to see what it looks like. So hopefully you've gotten your blocks done, they're trimmed, and you're ready to go. So without further ado, you have been working on, I know this is backwards, the Georgia quilt. I love this quilt. It's a lot of fun. So I'll show you kind of what mine's starting to look like on my wall. I obviously have not gotten it done. As usual, life's a little crazy, but I'm going to flip you and ignore the messy room. So this is what it's looking at. I obviously don't have a large enough design wall, but this is how mine is turning out. So keep in mind, as you can see, hopefully, you have blocks, they're going to be pointing in opposite directions. So those of you that maybe used some directional fabric, this is the part that might start to drive you a little crazy. I finally got to the point of not caring because I don't have a lot of room right now to lay things out. So some blocks may switch around as I go, but this is kind of how it will look as I sew along. I'm hoping to get it done sometime this week. We'll see how my week goes. We've got more events going on. Yay. We will get you the layout. So in the written instructions will be the actual layout, and it'll be for the different sizes. So if you didn't do just a lap size, if you did baby or bigger, or maybe you want to break it down into baby quilts, whatever, we'll get that in the instructions. You will have leftover blocks. So how she had you make the blocks, I have at least 2 leftover, which is fine. It gives you an option to change things out. Doesn't seem to bother me. Just remember, as you're sewing your blocks together, you are going to line them up, taking into account any of those blocks that may have had those little shortages. Let those just kind of dip into the seams. So don't go lining them straight across. If you know one of your blocks maybe is a little scant in some certain areas, hopefully you pin those so you remember where those are and can just adjust accordingly in your seam allowance as you come across those. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you really like this quilt as much as I do. I think it's just fun. I gave it some problems in between, but I think now that you've done it, you really could do this quilt again. And if you want, you can lay the blocks out differently. If you don't like this layout, do whatever layout makes your heart happy. You could switch things around easily and come out with all kinds of layouts. So I kind of like the versatility of how this block is. So have fun, post pictures, share what you're doing. We love seeing how it comes along for you guys, and maybe especially if you do a different layout, show us what you're doing, because I love seeing the different changes that you guys do to your projects, not just in this sew along, but just in all your projects. So make sure you're sharing, tagging us at Quilting Mayhem. And like I said, if you have questions, reach out, through Facebook, at the store, email, you name it. I'll gladly help you along as you need help. Otherwise, have a fabulous day and keep on stitching.